Coming up to the base, you can see we have one of 4 disconnectable external gates. Once you go through here, you are directly into the compound. In the compound, I have 6 furnaces, but of course you have plenty of room for however many furnaces you need, along with plenty of space for refineries, boxes, or whatever you want in your compound. Coming through the front doors, you can see we are greeted with a little hallway right here. And to the right, we have a 2-person bedroom, along with 3 lockers in here. Right here, we have 4 boxes. These are just kind of depot boxes. And just here one, just so you can access the tech tree if you need it. Going up to the shooting floor, we have a little safe area before you actually enter your shooting floor. You can just see if anyone's breached into your shooting floor before you push out. Now we have a bunch of peaks in the shooting floor, and these will almost always give you the advantage in a fight or a raid. Now coming up through one of the 4 ladder hatches into this next little raised area right here, you have more peaks, more angles, and if you look towards the center of the base, you can see we have peaks to shoot people's toes who are trying to top down you. It's a very helpful raid defense strategy and can help you win raids super easily. Now coming up to the top of the base, you can see we have a triangle ladder hatch airlock right here, which makes it so it has to be shut and then reopened to pass through. Coming up to the top, you can see we have a bunch of peaks using the roofs here, a bunch of different angles to shoot people from. And we also have 2 windmills up above. As you can see, this little airlock in use right here, with both the garage door and the triangle ladder hatches open, people can't come through. Coming through the bunker right here, we have the tier 2 and the repair bench. Tier 2 again for the tech tree right here. And right here we have more loot storage behind a window and the battery room along with another bed. 2 more beds in here and 3 more lockers behind this door. Finally coming to the next bunker, we are now into the core of the base. Next to the tier 3 in the bags, we have a loot room right here. 6 furnaces in the ground right here. Another loot room, and 3 more loot rooms scattered about through here. Finally, the TC is behind this glass window right here. The first thing you want to do when building this base is to put down 2 lowered foundations. You want to put those there first, just so you make sure you have enough room to build the base later on. You can then put a square and a triangle and surround that with walls, and you put a double door frame with a double door right there. You can cover up the ceiling and put your TC in this triangle right here. Next, you can put your bags down for all of your teammates at the beginning of the wipe, and you can also fit some boxes in here as well. Now, there's only 1 door on the base right now, so we want to add more doors as quick as possible. To do that, you want to add squares on each of the sides of the lowest triangles like this, and put triangles in the rest of the open slots, kind of making an oval shape. Now you can surround this part with walls, double door frame, and 2 more walls. You can add your door, then you can cover up the ceiling. Put a half wall right here. And as you get your furnaces, you can put them in the ground like this. Now in these 2 triangles over here, you can put some boxes down. Build yourself a quick little shelf, and you can also put 2 more boxes up here. You can add another door right here just to make this loot room a little bit safer from the outside. You do have to remember right now that your furnaces are exposed to 1 door, so if you get door camped, they can loot your furnaces, so just be careful of that. Next, you want to add a door right here and add the rest of the walls. You can cover up the ceiling, and now your start is complete. As you can see, the double door along with the single door makes an airlock. Now just be careful, because this airlock isn't 100% effective. You can get boosted through, so just use it at your own risk. Now we're going to build the first loot room. You want to line up the box with that second line in the stone tile like that, right here. And you want to place your barbecue lined up again, and your second large box lined up. You can then add 2 small boxes, like this. And you can put your shelf on. Now for the second top of the shelf, you want to put the boxes as far back as you can. And you want to place the small boxes like this instead of the other way, because you won't be able to reach the large boxes if they're not placed like that. The reason we place the loot rooms like this is because there's going to be a window in front of it eventually, so you got to make sure you can loot it. As you can see, you can do a test window right here. Just leave it twig and just make sure you can reach everything. Now you can fit a box under this barbecue, but sometimes it's hard to reach, so I don't usually do it. As you can see, you can get it, but it's pretty hard to grab. You can place your tier 1 next to the door right here. And you can place your repair bench, your research table, whatever you really need back in these 2 triangles. Now we're going to start on the first layer of honeycomb. Now the reason this is metal is because once we add the second layer of honeycomb, you won't be able to access this. So you just kind of have to get a bit of saved up metal and do this. You can add a ladder right here. If you don't have a ladder, you can place a furnace in the corner and it will achieve the same thing. You can then add your door right here, just like that. Now for your way up, all you need to do is build a twig jump up like this. You can build this however you'd like. Very simple, just needs to get the job done. Now at this point, you want to upgrade all of your ceilings to sheet metal, just because having the sheet metal honeycomb and a stone ceiling might be a little bit enticing to raid. Now we're going to wall off the whole second floor like this. We're going to put a wall right here, across from the door. And then we're going to leave this square empty. Put another wall right here. And then your last wall right here, but make sure the soft side is facing inwards. Right here we can place a doorway. And your ladder. Now we can cover up the ceiling again. And put your double door on right here. Now in here you can put another shelf right here for more loot rooms. And in here you can place down lockers once you get them. And when you get beds, you can put them in here. Now we're going to start building the second layer of honeycomb. This honeycomb is really simple. It might look a little confusing at first, but all you want to do is basically cover up all the visible sheet metal. Then we want to build just a normal single layer of honeycomb on the second floor. Now once you're up here, we want to build the entrance to the base. This will be a permanent entrance. So you can follow the path that I took. Place your roof right here. You can drop down, place 2 triangles like this. And a triangle roof right here. Can be a little difficult to place. And finally cover up those with walls just to stop any door campers from trying to sit in there. Now if this jump is hard because of your terrain, you can always place a triangle right here. It's completely up to you. Now coming to the core, we're going to do some quick upgrades. I'm going to put down a tier 3 right now, but of course you put down your tier 2 and tier 3 whenever you get them. You can put a small box underneath your workbench. And now right here, we're going to build another loot room. I'm also upgrading this to sheet metal now to save time later. Now we're going to start sheet metaling up the rest of the core. Now for the bunker right here, remember to upgrade those 2 walls to sheet metal, because if those break, then the bunker won't work anymore. You just want to go around and upgrade the rest of the core to sheet metal. Remember to upgrade the shelves to sheet metal as well. You can place a window right there and upgrade it to sheet metal. You do the same thing right here. I'd recommend upgrading that to armored first. Upgrade the foundation to your TC to armored, like that. And if you want to put a shelf in there right now, you're going to have to upgrade those 2 walls to armored. You can access this top whenever you like, so you don't need to upgrade that right away. Now you can put that shelf in. Remember to leave this stone, because if you get raided, to place your TC back in that same spot, you're going to have to soft side that stone. I don't put a small box in this bottom right corner just because it makes it harder to reach the TC if it's there. At this point, I'm going to assume you have garage doors. If you don't need to worry about it. Just put them down when you have them. Right here, we want to put our final window down. And you move all your beds to this square right here by the tier 3. Now for this room right here, we want to upgrade that wall frame to sheet metal. This makes it easier to put the boxes down. And you're going to do a spiral pattern with these boxes. This might take a few tries, so you should get your hammer and some metal frags and wood to repair the boxes if you need to pick them up. Once you get it, it should look like this. It looks really nice when it's done. And you have a ton of loot storage now. Coming up to the top floor, we're going to start by placing another layer of honeycomb down like this. When you get to the entrance, you just want to put double door frames right here. You can enclose the honeycomb with walls. cover it up. Place your double door right here. Put a double door or a garage door right here. Now, if you prefer to use single doors and have a traditional airlock over the double doors, you can go ahead and do that. It's really easy. Same thing, pretty much. I prefer the double doors just because you can get more people through in and out faster. We're going to place a wall right here and another wall right here. Rotate that wall to the south side facing inwards. And we're going to place another wall right here. You can add a shelf right here. And build a jump up right here. You can add some depot boxes in right here. And a window right there. Go ahead and cover up the ceiling. You can add a bunch of door frames into here. And once again, we can add our 3 lockers right here. You can put your double doors in and put your beds in. Now you can fill in all the rest of the wall frames with garage doors. The base should look like this. You can put your couch right here. And you can put your tier 1 over here. Now for the couch, I would recommend putting a small box right here with some food. This allows you to get to 100 comfort, and if you have food, that means you'll regen health for free. You want to put wall frames like this on each side of the base like this. And put your floor frames and floors like that. You can repeat the same thing on the other side. You want to place triangles hanging off like this. And remember to make sure you place these triangles the right way. If you place them wrong, people will be able to jump through and you won't be able to place your doors on correctly. It should look like this from above. Now under here, you want to place 2 triangles with 2 half-height walls and 2 more triangles like that. Repeat the same thing on the other side. You can place 2 windows on those as well, and then go around and fill the rest of the walls up with windows. Now for building the peaks right here, you want to place a floor, half-height floor, and another floor. Of course, that should be twig. You can place a ramp right here, and then a ramp hanging off like that. You can break the rest of the twig that you put down and upgrade that ramp to sheet metal to make it easier to see through. can repeat the same thing on all 4 of the other sides. Now we're going to place doorways in the 4 peaks that we have. And you can fill all of the windows up with vertical embrasures. Now coming over to these lower triangles, you want to place some triangle floor frames like this. And then more windows above that like this. You can then cover up the top and repeat the same thing on the other side. Now for the jump up right here, you want to place a wall frame with a garage door. And then a triangle ladder hatch like this. Make sure it's facing the garage door when it opens, so it creates an airlock. Now coming back here, we're going to outline the main core of the base like this, with wall frames. And you want to place shot fronts in 4 of them like this. And then double doors on the other 4. If you have 2 different double door skins, I'd recommend skinning the ones leading out to the shooting floor a different color than the ones down into your jump up, just to make it a little bit easier to understand where you're going in your base. And then you can go ahead and cover up the rest of the shooting floor. And you also want to put ladder hatches in here like this. You want to put 2 triangle roofs on the raised parts of the shooting floor like this. And then underneath on these peeked out parts, you want to add wall frames. This is for stability. And coming up here, you can add your roofs just like this. Add another square on each side like this. And right here. And then put a triangle in the middle to top it off. Now you have your roof peaks done. We're going to build the windmill towers real quick. These are very simple. I only put 2 of them. That's more than you ever need for a base of this size, especially if you only have a few turrets. This stage, the outside of the base is virtually complete. All we need to do is build the externals. You're going to start by only going on the short side, building out 3 triangles and deleting the first 2. You then put your first triangle down, upgrade that to sheet metal, build out 2, and one to the right. Upgrade those 2 squares to sheet metal. And add a door frame right here and here. And then 3 windows. The back wall can just be solid. Cover up the roof. And upgrade those 2 walls to sheet metal. You'll see why in just a second, by the way. You can add vertical embrasures. And then a window on the front. Just like this. And then you can put your barricades on top. You can then build out 4 foundations and then 2 triangles, like that. Upgrade the first triangle to sheet metal, and then put 2 half walls, both of those sheet metal. Another wall sheet metal, and the ceiling, and upgrade that to sheet metal as well. And you put your TC right here. Put your window in, and then put an armored window on that. And you can do the same thing on the front like this. Now you can place a square right there. And you can place floor frames, upgrade this to sheet metal across to the entrance. Now with that done, your first disconnectable external is complete. As you can see, it's impossible to soft side, and to unseal, all you need to do is place a twig roof right here. And it changes the stability and then breaks the floor frame. And if you'd like, you can also delete that square and just put it back when you need it. Now once you do that for all 4 sides, it should look something like this. And we're ready to start building the compound. Now we're going to start on the shorter of the 2 sides. You want to place a wall like this and tilt it outwards away from the base like this. Do the same thing on the other side. And the final wall should fit pretty much perfectly in the middle. Just like that. Repeat it on this side. Like that. The longer side, it's almost as simple. You just want to have one wall going out. You want it to be lined up straight with the external. Like that. And then you want to have them just go straight across and meet in the middle like this. The last one might be a little tight, but it should fit. Repeat the same thing. If you want to tilt it out a little bit more as well, you can do that. And put the middle one in right here. I'd always recommend going into a build server like Builder Sanctuary and just testing out the compound walls to make sure you could do it in a real server before you go do that. It can save you a lot of pain, so just go ahead and try it out first. You can fit 3 furnaces per smaller side of the compound like this. I found that playing even as a 5 to 6 man, you'll never need more than 6 furnaces going. But if you need more, you can put them down really easily. Tons of room in this compound. Now coming back into the core, we're going to do some final improvements. We're going to go ahead and upgrade all the square foundations to armored. Upgrade this back wall to armored, and all of the ceilings to armored. Behind the tier 3, we're going to upgrade that to armored as well. And this TC loot room, we're going to upgrade to armored too. Now when you log off, don't forget to put your windows in right here. You can use the normal reinforced glass windows, or you can use the armored glass windowed. The armored ones are obviously better, but they're a little bit harder to get, so on day 1 or 2, if you don't have them, it's fine. You can just use the weaker of the 2. Coming to the second floor, we're going to upgrade the whole second floor to sheet metal. You can put a window right here. And of course, seal that off when you get off. And upgrade the rest of the base to sheet metal. You might have to pick up some stuff in your base. It's okay, just place them back. It's up to you if you want to upgrade this loot room to sheet metal. If you want to put your tier 2 right here for the tech tray, you can do that. And you can either put a research table or a repair bench in here. I found the repair bench is a better solution. I think it's a little more permanent. You can also fit some boxes in here, like this. Don't forget to upgrade these 2 walls to sheet metal as well, along with the ceiling. Place wall frames all through here and add your garage doors. Right here you can have your battery room. Just like this. And you can upgrade the ceiling in here to sheet metal as well. Now upgrading the ceiling right here doesn't make the base any stronger to TC or core wise. I just found it makes defending the base quite a bit easier during online raids, especially if they are top down. Add a window right there, of course. Now in the locker room, I found that you can also squeeze it in one more small box and a bed right here. In case you do have 5 people in your group playing in here, they can all have beds and at least one kit. Now in this locker room in particular, you can't fit a drop box anywhere because of the loot room, and make sure not to put one back here because it will mess with the bunker. In here you can fit one though. You can put some building mats for ceiling or an extra kit, whatever you'd like. You can do the same thing up here, and don't forget to upgrade that triangle like me. Now finally, to seal the bunker, you want to place a floor right there and a twig triangle along with your roof facing the double door. You have to get the right position, but it's not too hard. Upgrade that to sheet metal and break that twig. Now your bunker's sealed done here. Just like that. Raiders will be greeted by just straight sheet metal, and they can't get any deeper without blowing rockets through that. Now we're going to do the same thing on this floor, but it's going to be slightly harder. As you can see, you can't place the half-height twig anywhere, so you're going to have to go outside of the base and build the build-up. Just like this. You're going to have to find the spot that corresponds to it outside. It should be by the furnaces, and you're only going to have to do this the first time you seal the bunker. You can place a floor triangle frame or just a floor triangle. And if you've done it correctly, you can place your triangle frame like this and your roof triangle right here. And just like that, both of your bunkers are sealed and you're ready for the night. Now of course, to unseal the bunker, all you need to do is break the twig and it will open back up. And remember, you can customize this base to however you'd like and kind of make it your own. And if you have any suggestions for what you want me to build in the future, remember to leave them in the comments. And with that, I will see you guys in the next video.